our feature game, Damon Bernath, the reigning junior champions, defeated Ryan Dice. And the fourth game last night, Sean Meacham, 10-7 winners over Michael Kars. So those four winners all on the ice again this morning. There you see that second round of the A event. The four teams that won last night playing the four-table knockout. The women have used it for a couple of years. One of the things that always comes up in this first, second draw is that you've got a team here that played last night versus a team that had the night off. They haven't really seen the ice yet. Is that a big advantage for the team playing, especially given that in this case we've got a team like the Heidt team that really hasn't played a lot of games together, but as is always the case in the preliminary round, they had a pre-game practice and draw to the button to determine who would have last rock in the opening end. Hartung won the draw to the button. Josh Heidt throwing first here in the first end, and
good throw, Brady.
Somewhere there. Definitely quick to the wing there. Yeah. But same way.
Yeah. His dream to start.
Curl's nice, eh?
It does. Yeah, that was middle button.
Yeah.
And we apologize to those just returning. We had some technical difficulties, and I think we've got everything up and running now.
Sorry.
We're going to see if that works. For those unaware, there's been that running, it's a fake feud between Matt Damon and Jimmy Kimmel, where Jimmy Kimmel did it as a joke one time. Said at the end of the program, apologies to Matt Damon, we ran a little long, so we had to bump him. And the way I've heard the story is that Matt Damon's people heard about that night, contacted the Kimmel Show and said, yeah, keep doing that, we love it. So let's see how well his people are paying attention. Maybe we'll get a call from Matt Damon to tell us to keep mentioning that he was on the air. We get a blank here in the opening end, so you might have missed something, but it...
See if we can get on those jobs. Is that a 30, right? 30s? Yeah, 25 and 30. I forget which was which, but... And even if you knows it, like...
Nice for the Hartung team to get that opening end under their belts when, again, we were starting to talk about it. And apologies again, I don't know how much everybody heard before we lost the broadcast because they knew they were going on that sheet.
Good throw.
Does that matter at all that you saw it on television? You have some idea perhaps how it runs?
Oh, for sure. And whether they saw it themselves or they got reports or whether their coach was here watching, I'm not totally sure. But yeah, for sure, you do get feedback from wherever you can.
That's a good throw.
Probably at least 2 right on that.
Yeah. I knew when I let it go. I said, yeah, I'll let you guys know when I let it go. I think we got to do that more. The thrower, like I always got a good idea.
Yeah. Shot. It's tough to get that one out that you just threw.
Yeah.
Like ripping?
And even our other yellow now.
Nose.
Yeah.
I think nose we couldn't have really
Control.
rid of them both. Those two probably still can, but
Go control, try and get close to nose.
Looks like Drew got some good curl here for a good finish.
Yep. Easy.
Apologies once again as we try to get some technical difficulties sorted out.
Curl.
We're down to the skip stones here in the second end.
Get up there.
That's perfect.
Josh Heidt with the hit rolls across just a little bit to cover his second and third. And
Might be.
you heard them say no triple available there, but
we're good.
I'm not prepared to say that there's no triple until we see what Cody can do with the weight that he can throw.
Yeah, we know Cody and Tyler both can throw that.
We sweep it a little bit and we tickle that one and we make it how we wanted.
Keep in mind the Hartung team does have last rock here, though.
This is still Cody's first And there is a chance, I think, if he hits this, just to the, as we look at it, just to the left of the center on the first rock, it'll catch that one behind it thin enough that he might wiggle between those two and kill all three. The question will be whether or not the first stone has enough momentum to go all the way through, but these stones are lively.
Yes, coming in, hitting this one, wiggle through there, and make them all move.
Yeah, the two yellows, the back of the house should go easy.
Like that.
Two.
Oh, not enough wiggle.
Didn't wiggle it enough, yeah. So a chance now for Josh Heidt with his final stone. Hit, sit, 2. I believe it's just 2. That one yellow on the far left side, I think, is out of the ring.
Yes.
So you can get the force here. The only thing you got to be careful about is if you leave an angle for the double, you might see Cody try to double end the blank. But if they're straight lined up, he pretty much can't. The double would stick your shooter for one.
And you heard them say that that's out in the back, or you're just guessing?
Well, I'm guessing nobody's really paid much attention to that rock since it ended up out there.
Tyler, go.
Hard for peace is not what you want to hear. You got to stick around to get the force.
Or
they
jam.
almost jammed it on that stone. Shooter rolls out, and Cody Hartung is going to get a chance to blank here in the second.
Jesus.
We did have a blank in the first, and same type of thing, and now finally somebody goes to check.
Now we know.
So it is a chance here for Cody Hartung to blank the second end, keep last rock. Going into the third end to play.
Yep. Clean.
Yep. Clean.
With the big weight, hits half a rock, rolls the shooter out of play. I saw Drew Heidt tried to, this is what happens when you're playing former teammates and guys that know each other so well. He moved that rock just a little bit into the ring, tried to get one yellow just as a joke. Nobody was going to bite on that. So it is a blank end on the board. And if that's a sign of things to come, this is going to be an interesting game.
I love it.
We've got an update for you, live update on sheet 1. Colton Flash, one of the top seeds coming in, playing against Damon Bernath. Bernath has a 1-point lead there.
Over on sheet 2, we've got Meacham and Jacobson. They're all tied up 1-1.
Yeah, Maddie got that one out here to go in there.
And they're using all the zeros on sheet 4 as well. Matt Dunstone and Ryland Clyder, 2 blank ends, and they're playing the third end there as well.
Yeah.
With some rocks in play.
Oh, on that draw. That draw, that was his heavy. Yeah, he was heavy. They're calling back in that ball.
Just completed second stones there, but it looks like Ryland Clyder might have a chance. Play a double.
But we are on.
Just clarifying with the producer, I think that our feed is still on. We apologize once again for the technical difficulties this morning. I'm going to stay with you here. We're not going to commercial break. We're scared to touch anything.
Scared to lose it.
Well, the good news is you haven't missed a lot of scoring. There's been some blank ends. The bad news is, for those of you who didn't get the chance to see it, those opening ends had some rocks in play. They had some doubles. They had some triples.
They had some great shots, yeah. The score doesn't indicate that with the 2 blank ends, but a ton of great shots so far.
I'm good. Yep.
Line's good. Line's good. Weight only. Line's good. Line's real nice.
Yeah, he didn't say
Line's real nice.
It's not the same thing. Maybe he's got to give you a little more with that rock.
Ooh, where it stops.
And this has been the same script that we've seen for the opening end so far. That center guard goes up, the come around attempt.
Over curls.
This one over curled. We saw one come a little deep as well, but Cody's team's certainly not afraid to come around those center guards.
Not at all.
Pinch tight, maybe. Line's good. Line's good.
We'll see a freeze
Weight
attempt
only.
here from the Height team. Probably another freeze from the Hartung team, and then
running
about the
straight.
6th rock when they're allowed to.
Wait for it,
That's
Matty.
when we're going to see the triples.
Go now if you have to.
Yeah.
Only if you have to. Only if you
Yeah,
have
no lack of power and throwing them hard out here.
to. Yep. It's a good one.
For both teams, it really becomes an issue of trying to manipulate the angles
Yes.
into your favor. And we were on this sheet last night, so we had a chance to see it. We were talking about it a little bit. We don't know whether that part went across in the feed or not, but as you came into the middle with these shots, there's plenty of curl on the draws. Then you have to try to play a little bit more weight to play a tap, and they don't finish quite the same, and it can be an issue.
Nice shot, Brady.
Well, and it can be an issue, especially for the Hartung team, whom perhaps didn't play on this sheet last night or play on the ice last night and see. It doesn't necessarily compute, just when you throw draw weight and then you think, well, if you throw just 3 or 4 feet heavier, it shouldn't make that much of a difference, but it certainly does here. So it seemed last night anyway. Just didn't get the same amount of curl.
Yep. Little bit. All for weight.
Where is it? You look. I got the rock.
Little tight. Stay down. Yep. Easy. Whoa. Right off. I didn't know it was that heavy. Yeah, that was.
But I was.
I didn't know it was that heavy. Sorry.
Didn't mind the tap so much as the fact that they didn't get to the inside of that stone.
Yeah, the line there wasn't quite what they were looking for, and and again, we've said before too, when ice is this quick, the sweeping makes a huge difference, and until you're walking beside it and seeing it a few times, it's very easy to oversweep here.
Heavy. Solid hack.
Stay close.
Heavy hack.
Whoa.
Really
Now
heavy.
this is the kind of weight where when you really want that finish, you had to make sure the weight you threw matched the broom that was put down, and
Exactly.
maybe a little
Yeah.
firm on that.
Yeah.
You can punch it through that hole. It's really good. That's not bad either. Just don't want to touch this.
Curl him.
Nose is good. Yeah. If we, like I said, if we can just miss that, that's fine. But
So still on seconds,
not really
last
worried about
throw
losing
here.
it.
This is better.
So we got Matt Lang throwing this one.
Yeah, but we can't because we're gonna hit that.
We can't
You'll never be able to do it.
That's good.
You'd
Never.
make it with peel maybe, but
Is it draw better?
I like normal. Don't love it.
Having a bit of a team discussion here. I don't think Matt
Yeah,
or
but
the
it's
team
behind
at the other
key
end is
line.
on board.
Yeah, like punch.
This is shot and it still will be.
This is the best result.
Yeah, I like just normal.
You get her back one. It's fine.
So going with Josh's call here.
Close. Whoa. Curl. Good one. Nice, Matty.
Nice throw there by Matt.
Yeah,
Just like
sticks
the call.
shooter.
Yeah, and shooter sticks around. Yellows are starting to add up, but they don't have hammer.
They have that double right now. It's a problem.
Good weight.
Like off yours, they
Clean.
go through.
Whoa, clean.
Little solid.
Whoa, then. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Go, Brady. Good shot.
Makes the hit, rolls a little bit to the edge of the 8 foot, so sitting second and third right now. That shot
Normal.
rock still belongs to Josh Heidt, and it's buried.
Yep.
Drew Heidt with the outturn hit, and they called the brush on right away. Might have been a little bit inside.
Hard! Never quit!
Needs to hold the shooter here if they can. Makes the hit. The roll comes across and will roll out the back of the rings. Now, does that give Cody Hartung a chance to play that flat double, or do you play the run?
Try that.
It's good.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Oh yeah.
Or play the peel and try
You
to
want to
pick
give
the
this
other
a
one.
go?
No.
Okay.
Well, Cody did defer to Tyler there. I've seen Tyler throw so many of these doubles that it's almost, you just assume whatever they call, he's going to make these.
Hard.
Called the sweep on right away on this one as well. He'd like to catch the second stone.
Just like
Over the
that.
top, just like that. Pushes it all the way through the back of the rings. And now just the 2 stones left in play. The 2 you can see there on the camera angle. Top 8 foot belongs to Cody Hartung. The shot rock on the top of the 4 belongs to Josh Heidt.
Yeah.
And too dangerous to try to pick that red one out, so he's going to throw the guard.
Tyler, only if you have to. Only if you have to. Don't touch it. Line's really good. Let her stop. Gotta stop. 16-1.
Well, it's sliding. It's in the rings.
That's it.
Well, it covers the situation, but it actually might have made it worse for Josh Heidt, because there might be the chance to make the 2 yellows go away and keep 2 reds in the ring.
Yeah, you might be able to hold your shooter here. Depends how hard you throw
I don't think you
it.
can get them both in and get rid of 6.
It's a good throw.
I don't think so. Just peel.
Guess Cody doesn't think so.
Yeah, it looks like there's maybe a little too much space
Yeah.
between those
Good.
2 rocks to
Throws
get
are
any
good.
kind of
First
drag.
one's just a
I think
pinch-
you'll lose your
pinch
shooter
tight,
on
pinch
this.
tight. It's fine. It's good. Throws are good.
Yep. Whoa.
Roll it, Brady.
Okay.
Yeah, like that was kind of.
He didn't get
Sure,
rid of both
that's
yellows,
okay,
but he
too.
did keep both reds in the rings. And yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
not a bad setup.
Not at all.
Well, Josh can make a play on shot rock, but how do you not leave a double when you do it? And this might be the only way to not leave a double is play your own onto the red stone and try to roll the shooter
Yeah.
a little bit to the right as we look at it. If you were to have to make a play directly on the red stone, I don't know if you can see all of it, so you're probably rolling to the left, and that probably leaves a double. There's a good look at it. You can't quite see all of that red stone. You roll to the left, or right now as we look at it. You'd leave Cody a double on the yellows.
Yeah.
Yep, gotta go. Hard.
I
think they
he
need
wants
to
him
sweep.
Yeah.
Hard!
Makes the hit.
Just
Stuffs
like
it
that.
onto the red. The shooter perhaps rolled a little farther than they would have liked.
Good
but
sweep,
does
Maddie.
it too. Leaves a double,
This
however.
is a pinch full. I had to get it going.
Well, leaves a double or the hit and roll under. Looks like they're
I think it's this, Ty. I think it's this.
Yeah, I threw it in first, remember?
Yours curled here.
Schwag's curled 2
Yeah.
inches here, right? Well,
Yeah.
it's similar. You want more?
That's good.
Looking to play the out turn for this double. Maybe get a little bit more action off the shooter that way. It's not real thick. Half a rock is probably pretty close. Maybe even on the thin side of a half.
Yeah, I think you could even get away with less than that. Again, once this double is made, or it's going to leave a double right back, though.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Really hard.
Makes the double, and actually off the top of that second stone spins up a little bit. That double that's left isn't an easy one, and you can't hold your shooter if you do make it.
Looks like they play the slash, lose the shooter, and we've got another blank in, just like we've had the first three with lots of great shots to get there.
Well, they're not looking at it. They're not even talking about it. But the other option, you could just hit shot stone, roll underneath the other red, because the run back on the red would leave the shooter out of the rings.
Actually, Drew did talk about that. They talked about it first,
You couldn't talk Josh into it. Okay.
Guess not.
We've got a live look here right in front of us. Sheet 4. Matt Dunstone with his final stone. Trying to come through the port. Not going to make it through the port, and I can't tell who's got shot rock there, but I think it's the yellowish shot. So that was a draw. He had to try to negotiate that very narrow port and get to full 4 foot. Might have been able to pick up a deuce. Doesn't get through the port, so it's a single for Matt Dunstone there. Here in our feature sheet, Josh Heidt lined up the slash double, and again, they're on this right out of his hand. He's got to be real thin on the first one to catch the second, and he will drive it by.
Fucking brutal end.
Which leaves draw for 2 here for Cody. Anywhere in the paint.
Same as draw the button, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
In amongst our technical difficulties, we've been trying to watch it, but I don't think Cody's thrown a draw yet.
No, but he did in the opening practice.
He did in the opening practice, and I think he threw the draw to the button as well. So. Kind of nice for him in this situation with where you're throwing. If you're a little bit strong, you probably come onto your own stone at the top of the 8 foot, and you'd have to be a lot strong to
bump
take
it
that
through.
one out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the same as coming down to your own stone in the back 12.
Yeah. Just like that.
He's going to bump it up to the button. Enough to count his 2. So after blanking the first 2 ends, Cody Hartung takes advantage of that hammer that he won in the draw to the button. Picks up a big 2 points. He's got the 2-point lead. Josh Heidt will have last rock in the 4th.
It's time to give your old phones a fresh start. When you donate your old phones at a SaskTel store, we put phones and phone cards into the hands of people in transition shelters fleeing domestic abuse and youth transitioning out of social services care. Be the reason behind someone's fresh start. Learn more at SaskTel.com/fresh start.
Saskatchewan's biggest selection of used cars so good, they're the new.
SaskHouses.com is Saskatchewan's website for private home and property sales. We have everything you need to sell your property commission-free. You'll get a listing on the website with lots of pictures, a lawn sign, social media marketing, and everything you need to sell privately. We also offer professional photography and videos, and an easy-to-use offer-to-purchase form. Don't give away your hard-earned equity. Sell privately and commission-free with SaskHouses.com.
Well, fourth end action just underway here. And again, I'm going to repeatedly do this through the broadcast, apologizing for technical difficulties.
Okay.
We saw a lot of guards thrown up in the first 3 ends. I believe everybody was able to see it with us in the third. But now with the 2-point lead, Cody Hartung calls for that first stone into the rings. Brady Kendall bringing it into the top 4-foot. And now you're going to see a corner guard thrown.
Yeah, and they are talking about this first rock here. I heard them talk about it a couple times, and I think that's just why they asked for a little more ice here. I think they think this one curls a little bit more than the others.
Mine's good. Oh.
Well, you can't fault the rock for that one. That definitely takes a big turn and slowed down quite a bit as well. I don't know if it really matters to get that over. By the time it stops, it's going to be guarding the paint outside the rings.
No, 12's okay.
Well, if you're struggling with a rock at all, that's not what you want to see in the first shot where you think you maybe put the broom in the right place.
Well, our keys to the game here. Cody Hartung, the unspoken bond. Communication is going to be a recurring theme in the keys to the game today. Cody and Tyler have played together for so long. They always seem to know what the other is thinking, and lots of times they don't even say a word when calling the shot. In fact, our producer doesn't even think their mics are working. And also they play a ton of runbacks. Cody loves to play the runbacks, and your guards are his weapons. But playing their first game of the competition, they have to find out how the big weight will run on these rocks and this ice, and they're going to have to do it quickly.
And the keys for the Heidt team.
Well, we like this one. The family ties. We talk so much about communication being important here, and we have a team that's hardly ever played together. But you have the brothers in Josh and Drew on the back end, and the brother-in-laws, Matt and Tyler, on the front end. So you hope that communication comes a little quicker. And the second point, KISS. Keep it simple, sibling. The downside to brothers can be that you don't always hold back some less constructive criticisms. And while all these players are quite experienced individually, they only have a handful of games together, and they might be better off to avoid too many congested ends.
The keys to the game, brought to you by Saskatoon Auto Connection, mechanics you can trust. Of course, we had those keys to the game set to start in the first end, and it's interesting because, of course, we worked that all out before the game, and we've already seen it through the first 3 ends.
Yeah, I think
some of those keys have come in. We've seen the red and backs from the Hartung team, and
I think they've got it figured out pretty quickly.
I like bumper.
Just a little lazy.
Yeah, let's do it.
we've also seen a little bit and heard a little bit of how the siblings can talk to each other in a less constructive manner.
And I think you're referring to Josh and Drew there? Not the Cody Tyler siblings? Well, actually, we did see exactly what we said with both sets of siblings.
Cody's mic is working, he just never talks.
Close.
Or Tyler's.
Tyler will say a little.
Curl. What are we sweeping for? Who called on? I sure didn't.
And there we see the communication of the Heidt team.
We haven't seen that yet, but you do see it certainly a lot more in curling clubs, and I wonder there if, of course, we've got mics directly on the players, so we just hear the 4 specific players on each team, but you see it in the curling club a lot where that darn skip on the next sheet will call your sweepers on.
Yeah.
And he's in no position to judge line, and I just wonder, because somebody they thought called on, nobody would say it was them. I wonder if it wasn't maybe somebody on one of the adjoining sheets calling sweep, and they got caught there. Certainly happens in clubs all the time.
Yeah.
Easy. Got to curl the whole way. Curl.
That was a bit of an unexpected turn there.
Yeah,
That's
the silent hit through the hole.
Confusing Cody Hartung. What do you do now? You're sitting 2, but there is a double there. You were probably expecting it to be made on that shot. You're down to third stones.
You want to go?
Yeah, exactly.
You hate to guard there because it's awful
which
close
one do
to
you
the
guard?
center line. Well, you'd have to guard the higher one. It's the one, the double, but do you really want to throw a guard that close to the center line anyway?
Don't feel afraid to. Yeah.
I think let's go straight up.
You guard the high one, you leave shot rock open. You guard the other one, and you leave the double.
Do you just come around your own, perhaps, and let him play one double, and then you try to hit and roll away and spread the house for your 2 that way?
Back 12.
Just don't want to leave a triple here.
Well then.
Back 12 or just through?
Line's good.
Clean it.
Clean.
Back 12 would be okay.
Yep,
Just
line,
through's
yep,
not
line.
going to help you.
Really going sideways. Hard.
Maybe
Stay
playing
close
this
to
as a
nose.
split.
Good time.
I'm seeing a triple.
Yeah, and I think so is Josh.
And, you know, the other good news is I don't think he can get between those 2 rocks this time without
Not
hitting
this
something.
time. And this time
Right
we have
there.
Drew throwing.
That's where you got to hit it, right there.
What is that, a third?
Third.
What turn? Out?
Out.
You know, and for Drew and Josh being brothers, I don't know that they've actually played together that
No,
much.
no!
Drew and Mitch played juniors together, but they're a little older
Never.
than Josh. Makes contact with all 3. Gets 1 out, gets 2
Shot.
out, and the third will spin out the back.
Nice shot by Drew.
Make you look good.
Can make a lot of things happen when you throw that big weight. And we're back to 1 walk and play.
That's not the first triple we've seen today.
I want to say it's the 3rd already.
Yep. Yep. Clean.
It's not my turn yet. Let's go control.
Yeah.
So just the 2 rocks in play, the one in the rings and that redstone, as we look at it now, well to the left of the house and just out of the rings. It'll be an attempt by both teams likely now to just exchange stones and get the blank. You may see Cody on his last one try to roll over in the neighborhood of that stone just outside the edge of the rings and make Josh's shot a little more
Hard
tricky.
clean.
Yep.
It's a good throw. Good speed. It's 10 seconds. It's perfect. It's nice, firm control. Nice throw on your first one.
Yeah,
It's good.
Control. Yep.
Good thing you threw it hard. No, you could make it the other way. I was trying to go across the face.
Guess you could have made that
I didn't
both
think
ways.
we would get that double. Like you barely got that one out, and this one only went out by maybe a foot too. So it was, if you didn't have that wedge, there's no way.
Just clean.
A little less inside. Yep.
Yeah, then.
Yep.
Both of these teams capable of throwing the big weight when they have to. Here's a softer one by Cody. Wants to just hit, pretty much stay right there if he could. That's ideal for Cody because now Josh has to roll to get into the rings. If he knows that, I think we'd see Cody come right around it.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. Normal. We knows he's gonna come around it, so just we're gonna try and roll sideways or else catch it into that one over there.
You know, in a perfect world, and it's probably there, you could make this hit, roll across, and end up corner frozen on that red and still be biting the rings.
Really hard.
Yep.
I'm guessing when they called the sweep on right away, they're not rolling that far that way.
You're good.
Takes the hit. It'll roll enough to bite the rings. And that's
good.
big for a couple of reasons.
That's what I
It, of course,
expected it to
doesn't
do.
allow Cody the chance to roll
I'll still big normal time.
or to come around. It also doesn't allow him the chance to roll towards that stone on the corner. If he does, he'd be out of the rings.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to make Josh's blank a whole lot easier here.
I think like a big normal. Okay. Try and roll it all the way over. I think that's enough ice. Okay.
For normal, yeah, that should be okay.
Yeah, I'm like good, big normal, almost firm.
Okay.
Looking probably for a bigger roll here. He'd like to get the back end of this rock in the house as well and make sure that Josh Heidt has to roll to get the blank.
So he can't just nose for the blank.
Whoa!
Makes the hit, but a little too thin.
It's going to make the blank a whole lot easier.
Shit.
Well, for the Heidt team, they didn't have the end they wanted in the third. Gave up 2. A little bit simpler end here. A nice triple by Drew Heidt. And they're going to get a chance to blank this fourth and keep last rock into the 5th end. So put that blank on the board. We're still 2-0 for Cody Hartung, and Josh Heidt will have last rock in the 5th end.
I should have gave you less ice. I even kind of thought
we
of
go
it.
to
Like
the
as you
break, we're going to take a look next door. We've got a live look on sheet 2. Sean Meacham looking to come down to the yellow stone at the back of the 8. Nudges it just a little bit, but that's enough to get his single. And they're all tied up. After 4 ends of play, it'll be Jacobson there with last rock in the 5th.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
Welcome back. Sean Joyce, Kim Hudson with you here from Whitewood Community Center. Draw 2 of the SaskTel Tankard. 5th end underway. Josh Heidt with last rock, looking for the corner guard here.
Looks like it's gonna go, boys. Lean on it.
Got to go hard to get it over, but curling hard. Made it.
That's good.
They had a pick on the last end. We're able to get that stone over the hog line, and could have used a couple of feet more weight out of his hand that time, but they do get it over. It's a long guard.
He thought his sweepers were better.
Good line. Room. Line's good.
Back forward.
Okay, lots of room, lots of room.
Back forward, back.
They're going to need to throw another corner here.
Definitely past the line.
It's good.
He just digs, eh?
That's gross.
Yeah, it looked like it was lots, and it kind of just dies coming into the rings. Using the corner now.
I think they called for a second corner guard on that same side, and that's you're seeing this more and more from teams when they play the second corner guard. You know, traditionally you'd split.
Yeah, one on each side.
One on each side, but with such big swing on a lot of these ice surfaces nowadays, you want to make sure you leave a draw path open to the middle. So instead of throwing guards on opposite sides, you try to line the two corner guards up the same as you would if you were trying to play the long and tight center guard.
Yep.
Drew, you're good. You're good. Just stay on it. Stay on it a bit. Stay on it a bit.
38.
Spot, guys.
That was well managed.
Good positioning on those two guards. Lots of separation. Still just the fifth rock at the end and the 5 rock free guard zone. You can't make a play on those guards yet anyway. But even when you are able to, that's not going to be an easy double.
Mine was off. I don't know how. 3.
Pretty good.
Easy though.
Get a room. One room, Ty. Ty, one room.
So how do you counter that if you're Cody Hartung?
Yeah.
Well, you put another rock in the middle and you try to force Josh Heidt to deal with those stones so he doesn't get the chance to play the corners.
Yeah. In the meantime, the Hartung team will now have a center guard. 2 rocks in the rings, 1 on the button, but pretty tight here. Makes the you can make quite a few go here.
Didn't get the line they were looking for there. There's definitely angle to make a double and not sit on the center line.
I think your one is a cutter.
Clean. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I think your one's a cutter.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Yeah, that's good. We don't want it in the way.
Makes the double, rolls over for a corner guard now on the other side.
Yeah, things are setting up pretty nicely now. Hartung team throwing the center guard now, guarding their stone on the button.
Trying to listen to players on both teams at the same time, and I don't know whether you caught it, but I could hear, I think it was Cody talking to Brady, thinking that his number one might be a little bit of a cutter. So, you know, if the speed's good, you've got the lead's got a bit of a cutter, you're probably going to throw the other one first and then use the one for a come around. Managing stones is a big thing.
Oh, for sure. And it's always a big thing, but on ice this quick, and it can make a huge difference.
You like that?
Not a bit, but not so really late. Mine did the same.
Not able to get the guard on top of that shot stone on the edge of the button, so a chance for Matt Lang to make the hit. And I think ideally you'd like to roll between those 2 corner guards, although that would probably put you behind the tee line.
That wasn't hack, boys. That's hard. Maybe it was hack. Just really, that didn't want to curl up.
And that's a little of what we noticed, you know, ice this quick.
No, it wasn't heavy. No, it wasn't heavy. We weren't calling hack.
Add a few more feet to it, it doesn't curl quite as much
and he called light, so
as you think it would, given how much curl there is out there. Seems, and that's what we saw last night as well.
To be fair, I don't. We're talking about managing rocks already. I think it has more to do with rocks than we used to think. We used to think it was always ice, but I think what you find with these aggressive rocks, and they usually condition them before the event starts, is that that running surface on them, as they start to slow down, they really bend hard. But you know, even as a hack waiter, well, it doesn't slow down quite as much. It's still got some speed as it comes through the house, and it doesn't finish as hard.
Yeah, it doesn't grab.
Because they really don't grab until they start to slow down.
Yeah.
It really makes it critical when you're playing those finesse weights. Your weight has to be what was called, because otherwise it's just not going to curl the amount you thought.
Still can throw the end.
So hair low.
Yeah.
Throw that thing on that side of the tee line.
Yeah.
Nice way.
Yeah, because that was probably a 25 or whatever.
No, worth it on you. You have an idea.
Drew Heidt with the backswing.
I was just going to say that too. You don't see it a whole lot anymore.
You know,
Nicely
I had
done.
the good fortune to actually play with Brad for a year, and so I got to know the boys a little bit during that year, and they were still playing juniors. And I don't remember Drew having a backswing on anything when he was younger, so that's something he's picked up along the way, just to give him that little bit extra weight. And I don't know that he ever needed it. He never had trouble throwing hard. Another guy who's never had trouble throwing hard, but he's going to look to throw a softer shot here, try to come around those corner guards. You know, this isn't necessarily the way you'd want to be playing here, but there's nothing left in the middle for you to use. You can't get rid of all those corner guards. This is more about trying not to let Josh Heidt use them.
Yeah.
Roll to center.
Not going to get by. Fortunate he didn't hit that a little thicker. That might have put it into the rings.
Yeah. I think they were looking at choking that off, as they say.
Whichever one you know better.
We can come here. It's just they're going to run it.
Yeah, I think this is best. I agree. Don't you guys are?
Back to our keys of the game.
more than middle four.
Saying that they would run it. The Hartung team is very good at those ones. So looking at playing the other way, going around the corner, their own corner.
I don't think Josh was listening to the keys of the game. I think he just...
He knew that himself?
Former teammates, they know.
Yeah.
You know, if it was the yellow guard up there, but the fact that it's red.
T-line!
Yeah.
Just for the line! T back four! Back four! Back four!
Close!
Back eight!
Now, there's
Really
two ways you
close.
could do this. You could come
Let
to
her
the
dig.
top of the
Let her
house
dig.
around if
Let her
you
dig.
could, and that'd be
Let
their
her
first
dig.
choice.
Let
but
her stop. Don't
if
touch
it's
it.
deep,
Don't.
you could always
Don't
come
touch
to the
it.
back
It's fine.
red one.
Tyler, go Tyler now. No, that's good. Good. Stop. Nice spot.
Nice weight. I'm not sure that he's got entirely undercover. There you can see it. There's probably a quarter available.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. That was real nice. Real nice.
I'll be honest, I forgot there was a red one back there.
Probably a quarter of that stone available, and Cody Hartung's eye on the run back.
You did give it a
Oh,
good
boy.
ad. Or a normal throw for the rest of us.
Get the double stuffed Oreo here.
That's a good term.
Thinking of that there is some danger with this run back. If you hit it just a little high side, it sticks on the yellow you're running back, and that red stone just out of the rings at the back. There is the possibility of
the double stuffed Oreo.
Stuffed Oreo, sure.
Yeah.
I don't think we should call it that unless they pay us for the advertising.
I like the term, though. Oh, it's not sounding good, though.
It's the guard, drives it by that stone in the 8 foot, so a chance now.
I'm thinking
for
right here. Oh, I guess that's what leaves him that double, though. What about...
He's never free.
No, probably not.
And if he does,
I guess. Let's go here. You're
And
right.
this is
Keep
how
it up
much
high, though. We just
respect
can't be deep.
Josh Heidt has for Cody Hartung that
We
when
don't
you're
even
already
really need to
sitting
bear. We
one,
don't need to flirt with
he
that.
doesn't
If
want to
it's wide
draw
open,
around the
it's fine.
second,
like edge on edge.
draw the second one around the red guard for fear of the run back. And really, for most teams, you just figure we get it around anywhere. He's just going
We
to
got to
hit
get
the
edge
open
to
one.
edge, though, at least.
Basically just a weight
Yeah.
drop now. Well, I mean buried here, but yeah, edge on edge.
Shouldn't be anywhere near the guard, so it's just all about weight.
Yeah.
We just want to tuck a sliver.
Dead even.
Dead even. Okay, so
Let's, Drew, just a pinch.
top four, huh?
Yeah, they want to make them dead even, not leave any double from either one.
You like a 10?
I do. Probably T-line.
No ad.
That's perfect, Dan.
No ad.
Not only right
Looks
now.
hot.
It's close.
It's all you. Line's fine.
All you guys. Sweep for team.
Stay on it.
Hey, we're there.
Even
Room.
them up.
Room.
Go way back.
Go way back. Go back 12.
Said they
Go
shouldn't
back
have
12.
room or
Go back
shouldn't
12.
be anywhere near the guard. They're not. Wanted them even They're not that either.
Good there, Matty. Whoa, that's good.
Okay, that's good. That's really
Wow.
good.
Okay.
Good.
Slides a lot deeper than I thought.
What'd you
Now, it
get
is
on?
a thin double.
06.
But you gotta
It
think
felt warm
Cody will
to me.
make a
It
run at
did. Just a
somehow or
pinch.
another. He could play the either or, where you play with a little quieter weight and you either get the double, or if you hit it a little thick, roll in front of it.
Safe ice, right?
Probably just the
From
three.
what he's indicating, I'm guessing he's throwing the hit and roll on top,
I know it's.
just to make the two a little
I
harder.
know.
Well, what's the point if we're not? May as well just do this.
Kind of late.
I'm gonna throw hard.
I think he's playing the double.
I guess so.
Easy. More time.
The double all day.
This is one where you actually could throw it a little quieter, and if it comes up on you, you just get the hit and roll. With this one, even if it comes up, it's probably not coming up enough to stick around.
Yeah, there's no in between.
Makes the hit. A little thick. It's going to
Might
come
prove
across
us
the
wrong.
top of that second one and rolls too far to be shot rock, though.
Yeah.
Live
Gives Josh the drive for two.
at sheet 4.
Right.
At Dunstone against Ryland Kleider, tied up through 4 ends of play. I believe it's Dunstone with last rock in the 5th, and here it comes.
Sorry, terrible slide.
Looks like it's a hit for possibly as many as 3. It's hard to tell. There's a yellow at the top 12 foot and the red at the back. Oh, pardon me, he had to make the double, and it would have been for 2. He squirts through. I think it's 1 yellow, but they're going to take a look. There's going to be a couple of them take a look.
The whole team takes a look.
I think they did concede it as a single point yellow, so Matt Dunstone takes a 2-1 lead there going into the break. And Josh Heidt, with a draw to the back 8 in his first one, needs to just bite the white paint this time, and he can pick up his 2 points. Brusher's just cleaning that coming in, and they'll put it, or a bite at the top of the button. 2 points for Josh Heidt. That's enough to even things up through 5 ends of play. After the 5th end break, it'll be Cody Hartung with last rock.
Saskatchewan's biggest selection of used cars so good, they're the new.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel. Because we're everywhere. Keeping you connected. To your family and friends. To your history and culture. To those traditions that make us who we are. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. Because we're dedicated to our home.
Hi, this is Dustin Keltoff with Saskatoon Auto Connection, the mechanics you can trust. Have you heard about the VIP program at Auto Connection? Our $49 annual VIP membership is good for servicing all the vehicles in your household and gives you huge savings like 30% off labor, 10% off parts, free windshield stone chip repairs, and much more. Hurry hard to Saskatoon Auto Connection to get the best deals on oil changes, maintenance, and major repairs from the mechanics you can trust.
The Membership Assistance Program, also known as MAP Grant, is funded through the Sask Lotteries Trust Fund and available to all Curl Sask member clubs. The purpose of the MAP grant is to enable provincial sport governing bodies to allocate funds directly to their respective clubs, leagues, or other affiliated members to increase the number of participants and the quality of sport development in Saskatchewan communities. MAP funds are to be used to support community and club level sport development initiatives within the province. Curl Sask member clubs receive a minimum of $550 per club from this grant. There are 5 simple steps to obtaining this grant. The first step is to submit a member form and a MAP application form online. This form can be found on the Curl Sask website under Member Clubs, Map Grants, and proceed to follow the instructions. This form must be submitted by October 31st of the current curling season. The next step is to receive approval amounts from Curl Sask. This approval will be given to the member clubs by November 30th of the current curling season. The next step is to submit a MAP follow-up form online with receipts for approved MAP eligible projects. This form is due on February 1st of the current curling season and can also be found on the Curl Sask website. Once the club is fully affiliated and MAP follow-up report is approved, you will receive payment from Curl Sask. This usually happens 2 weeks following the receipt of all information. The final step is to recognize Sask lotteries for their financial contribution. A helpful tool for this can be found by following the link on the Curl Sask website. It is important to ensure your expenses fall under the eligible expenses for the MAP grant. This is a list of the eligible expenses. On the other hand, these expenses are not eligible for the MAP grant. For any further questions about the MAP grant, please contact curling@curlsask.ca.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Viterra, SaskTel, Saskatoon Auto Connection, SaskHouses.com, Boston Pizza Restaurants of Saskatchewan, Richardson Lighting, Sask Camper, SaskTel Max TV, Curl Sask, and Realcast Media.
Richardson Lighting is a family-owned company brightening the homes of our clients since 1967. We provide lighting for all applications and have a large selection of ceiling fixtures, wall lightings, lamps, exterior lighting, ceiling fans, mirrors, wall art, light bulbs, and more. They also appreciate that every purchase they make is backed by a liberal return and repair policy. We look forward to serving you.
Viterra is proud to support Saskatchewan curling through our partnership with Curl Sask. This includes being the presenting sponsor for the Viterra Scotties Tournament of Hearts, an excellent showcase for our world-class curling talent. We also support community curling for people of all ages, including several youth clinics across the province to teach our next generation of lifelong curlers. Through our ongoing support of Curl Sask, we hope to continue growing the sport of curling in Saskatchewan, because together, we're stronger and achieve more.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
SaskHouses.com is Saskatchewan's website for private home and property sales. We have everything you need to sell your property commission-free. You'll get a listing on the website with lots of pictures, a lawn sign, social media marketing, and everything you need to sell privately. We also offer professional photography and videos, and an easy-to-use offer-to-purchase form. Don't give away your hard-earned equity. Sell privately and commission-free with SaskHouses.com.
Welcome back. Well, we're going to quickly turn our attention to Sheet 1, final stone here in the fifth end. That game as well, and I believe Colton Flash was trying the angle tap in, or do you think he was trying to come through the port?
I think he was trying
through the port.
Yeah, I think he could have got the edge of the button for two there.
The edge of the forefoot at least. But
that's what I meant. Sorry.
Crashes the guard, so it's just a single point there for Colton Flash.
There were so many rocks in play there. I think they almost all were in play.
It's enough to give him a 4-3 lead. That game goes into the fifth end break.
Has a lot of rocks in play for 1 point.
Well, to their credit, they've played with enough rocks in play that they're actually just a little bit behind our feature game now, and they're the backup game, so they might end up on TV yet.
All you! You watch it, bud. Wait only. Room. Line's good. Make it good. Make her good.
All you boys, all for speed. All for speed. Yeah, 15-5. Just let her dig right there. It's beautiful. A little bit. Good one. Good one.
It's beautiful. Nicely done. Good shot by Tyler there to put that nicely around.
Brady Kendall throwing the lead stones now.
Line only.
Whoa then.
We've seen him a few times at the Tankard as a skip.
Whoa.
Got a curl, got a curl.
Go up. No, we're there.
Right off then.
We're there. We're topping a bit. Topping a bit.
No, gotta sit. It's a shot.
Puts that stone right on the corner, nudges the yellow back just a little bit.
Just top 8.
Yeah.
Really nice.
No, just nice.
Getting lots of ice in that one.
Real good line.
38. Clean it.
Okay.
All you, just wait, guys. A little room. Don't jump it.
Clean it.
Room.
Matt Lang on the
Just
interior
clean.
trying to come
Just
down
clean.
and
We
sit
still
on the
got
corner of that
room.
redstone as well.
Still
They'd
got
like,
a curl.
they'd love
Never,
to
boys.
get
Never,
to the face
never.
likely,
Don't
but
touch it.
tough to come around the guard and get enough
Why are
finish
we
to stay on the
cleaning?
face.
Why are
They
we sweeping?
certainly don't want to angle it onto that
It's always
yellow.
heavy, so why are we sweeping?
I didn't know it was always heavy.
Sorry, Matt.
That's good.
No, but even a heavy plate is
No, the really advantage here in this 6th end to Cody Hartung. That little tap leaves the red-yellow completely frozen, and there's room to make an inside roll off this Yellowstone. Jaden Schwaga.
Well, I mean, I was heavy clean for a good 2/3.
Little heavy.
That's good.
Well then.
Heavy.
Probably.
Curl.
Hard side.
He's going to be on the outside of this. Is he going to disturb those two in the middle?
Sure is.
Yeah, didn't want to do that either. Although, did he push the red behind the corner guard, or is it out past? There's a good look at it.
A little bit.
A little bit out in the open. And the shooter did hang around to bite the edge of the edge of the 12 foot on the other side. So rocks in the ring starting to accumulate. It is still Josh Heidt sitting 2, however.
Yeah, but it is also still Hartung with last rock sitting 3rd and 4th.
And as you mentioned in your keys to the game, that one yellow stone
Good
that's
line.
protecting shot rock
Wait
right
only. You
now
got room even.
is a weapon for the
Switch.
Hartung team.
Yeah, with their run back ability.
Go, boys.
Gotta go.
Lean
Boy,
on it.
it's a good thing it's
Lean
a
on
morning
it.
game. I'd like to hear you say that 3 times
All
fast
the
in
way,
the evening
boys.
game. Run
Keep
back
her going.
ability.
Keep her going. Get her to the 12.
No chance.
Okay.
It's a rocket.
Yeah, 17 and a half.
No, you had 45 on there. I knew you would like that.
Looking at coming around. Came up short there.
That bad.
I don't think it was ever going out, but yeah, that's my
Get it
fault.
in there.
Stupid.
Feel.
You saw the indication from Cody. If you hit this right, you make the double peel, and it's liable to spin back and perhaps take one of those rocks in the rings with it.
That's right.
Whoa. Whoa.
Maybe just a little in out on the release. That rock you can see still backing away from the center line. Just a little thicker on that first one. It would have come more straight back and might have clipped that stone at the back of the 4 foot. As it is, he gets the double peel. That's
Like
what they
that,
were
or
looking
just
to
do
accomplish
this?
there.
Like we gotta hit the open one now. Like that's the one he didn't sweep that.
Roll and get, yeah, 3rd.
Okay.
Few too many red around.
That's always tough as the skip when you got to
you
start
like
counting
control?
to say we'll hit and roll to get first, second, third.
Yeah.
Both of theirs are behind you. Yeah.
That's not a give me to get that roll either. You got to get a good piece of the 8 foot on the roll, or your 4th, which would still leave that double in the middle for Cody Hartung to sit 2. And there wouldn't be a double available. You know, it's interesting. Cody Hartung sitting 3rd and 4th right now, but actually looks to be not bad setup to try to score 2 here.
Hard! Hard all the way! Go, go, go! Hard! Ah, just jumped at the end. Sit, baby. Sit, baby.
Makes the hit, but it's going to roll across and too far to
Good
sit.
throw. Just
3rd
curled.
and all the way out the back of the rings.
I think they just got caught in a little curl there more so than they thought.
Probably same way as me, right?
Now it gives them a chance to play the hit and roll. Kill shot stone, roll in front of second shot, making it tricky to
Really
remove.
hard. Hard.
Okay, he's nose.
Okay. Should be able to make the double. It's real thick, but you should be able to get it.
Yeah, with the weight they throw,
Even
for
if
sure,
you just
real
roll
thick
into
and
the side of it, it's really good.
shouldn't jam there either.
Good weight.
What turn? PL
Those
out
of you
turn.
who haven't been with us, or even for those who are and want an update, new feature this year, the Curl Sask 50/50. It's one more place where we should probably apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. We haven't had a chance to mention this yet, so still lots of time today to log on to curlsask.ca and purchase your tickets. We had some huge jackpots during the Scotties, and with 3 draws today, we expect to see a big jackpot today.
Real good.
Not able to make the double, but his shooter in there, you can see it is mostly buried, sitting 2.
I don't think the double was even all that necessary. This is just as good.
Good throw.
That must have come up a little bit because out of his hand it sounded like it was like, yeah. Just through. Back one.
We have seen huge movement to the wings, and it's not just the movement, it's also a little bit quicker, I think, to the wings.
Whoa. Ready.
There's probably room to push this through and sit right there, still behind cover. Like that. And on the center, I'm not sure you get that kind of finish.
Yeah, nice touch shot there by Tyler. Can see a little more of this one than you could the first. But
not enough to try the double yet, I don't think.
Nope.
Josh didn't even think about it, and he's eyed up a lot of doubles so far in this game, so.
Just through.
Yeah, just throwing just through. Try to get to the nose of
He
this
was
one
firm,
too.
But he threw that crazy wonky, so hard to follow it.
Seems like such a little thing, but really it's huge for Josh Heidt to stay there. If he starts rolling back towards the center line, he could leave a double. That's what
I wouldn't say that's a small thing.
Room.
You know, it'd be tough to leave a double, but
Close. Go to curl, Matt. Really heavy.
Fair bit of weight here.
well, if he touches the other stone, he might not get either one of them out, and doesn't. And did leave a double, and now we're talking about 3.
3,
You good at that ice?
Tankard,
Just shoot go straighter.
Here's a look at. I was
but
wondering
like
that
just normal,
that
right?
stone that he
Think
made
that's close.
contact first didn't even spin back out in the open.
that?
So if Cody makes the double here, rolls a little bit to the right as we're looking at it, that stone's going to be farther back. There's still no double available because
Well, there's
you really
double.
can't see.
On the outside one. The outside one, I think, is a little bit higher.
Boy, they're pretty close to even, and that'll be third shot. So if you're trying to cut them down from 3, that's not the one you'd like to have to hit first.
Might be your only option,
you're
though.
right, it might be the only option to play a double off of.
Went really straight, but
They were also pounding it.
yeah, I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Just normal.
I like the weight. Weight's good. Yep. Weight's good.
Cody Hartung had last rock to open this game, had to blank a couple of ends before he was able to get his deuce. Gets the hammer back here for the 6th, and looking with his first one to try to set up perhaps as many as 3 now. That overcurled the double. It ended up in a pretty good spot, though. 'Cause he's still got the short run in his own that would be for, well, right now it would be for 4. You've got to expect Josh is going to hit something here.
Yeah,
he's
but
thinking
as
perhaps his best way to cut it down
You want
to
to try
only
that?
2.
Yeah.
And then it's the shot for 3. It's worse.
It's very good, yeah.
You want to
I
do
don't know
that?
which one you hit.
Still, probably 2.
You hit that outside one that I said. That other one's coming into
I think
one
he's
of those
looking at
two.
the freeze, and I think that's still what he's looking at. The freeze on the stone that's buried.
Yeah.
As long as he's on the inside edge of it, it would be second shot. You'd leave
Gives
him the
him a
draw
shot
for
for
two.
two. Yeah.
But there'd be
Are
no
we
shot for
out-counting
3.
this or no?
Or 4.
No, we're not. So we gotta. I think we gotta be shot over that.
Just a freeze tap. Okay.
That's what the decision is.
Boy, it's if they're talking about freeze tap, and the tap is iffy because if you ever roll back to the center line off
Into
that,
the open.
you leave a double on the yellows for 4. The tap is not important. You need the freeze. It's more important to get that line. You want to stay just on the inside corner of that, get second shot. But you don't want to bump off it into the open.
It's like a 10.
Yeah.
They talked about a lot of options down there, but this was Josh's first indication. Play the freeze, and it's what he's come back to, and really, it's your best chance not to give up 3.
You have to. Little room. We got lots of room. Lots of room. Lots of room. Curling now. It's curling now. It's curling. Line's good. Line's perfect. On the tee, boys. Yes! Yes!
These will go to the corner, and he can't curl past the face, but he won't be second shot. Really going hard on now. Has to hold the line. He might have over-curled a little bit, but I think that little bump saved him. I
yellow
think
shot.
He's got.
Quit it. Quit it.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
So Cody drawing for 2 here.
I'm surprised it looked like it was all Height's team that was looking, and I was surprised that Cody didn't take a look. Tyler taking a look now, and he pointed at the yellow because you know, if that yellow's not,
you could
just nose hit your own for 3.
Yeah.
Certainly looked from our camera angle like it was, although
Cody quite happy to
don't always tell you.
Yeah. Draw for 2.
I like that weight.
I like it too. Line's good.
Top 8, top 4.
Line's good.
Oh, we're T.
Always on the red. Always on the red.
Stay on it. T for sure. T.
No back.
T for sure.
You're not really hitting this. Just straighter. Look fine. No backing?
Nothing out of the brushers. They've backed away. This is going to curl by the redstone now. Where is it going to stop? Drew Heidt meets it at the tee line, trying to bring it back as far as he can. I think it stopped in time to be 2.
Second?
We're going to look at a couple of rocks here at least.
Yeah, it looks like it's us.
Up to you guys. You can look, but I'm pretty sure it's...
Good sweeping on that.
So I think they've conceded it's 2 for sure, and they might measure those 2 stones. Jaden Schwaga taking a look.
Like I thought I was got the textbook for us. No, I know, but I thought it was.
Sorry, guys. I'll pick it up. It's on me.
Measure it if it's
Still on me.
I think it is yellow.
Measure it.
And they are going to ask for the measure. It's close. You know, from our vantage point, it looks to be yellow, but again, the camera can be deceiving every once in a while. For anybody who was watching the National Scotties last week, there were a number of stones that looked like they were out of the rings that were actually biting. The camera doesn't always tell the true story.
And we haven't had a chance to see these rings, how true they are as well.
That's what we just said.
Where the hole is in the center makes a difference too, which is what Tyler was looking at.
Although usually when you get 2 rocks on the same side of the house like this,
the hole in the center doesn't matter.
If the hole's out to the left, it doesn't matter because both of these rocks are on the same side.
I didn't even look at it.
Just about to the 3rd notch.
Oh,
and
not even close.
That one went way around.
What notch did it go to?
I couldn't count them that fast. Boy, that spun hard. So it is just 2 points, but it's a big 2 points for Cody Hartung. He takes a 4-2 lead after 6 ends of play. Josh Heidt will have last rock in the 7th.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? What's for dinner?
Tell them Boston Pizza's for dinner. From appies and salads to burgers, pasta and pizza, all delivered to your door. Boston Pizza. Gather round.
Curl Sask is hosting a province-wide 50-50 fundraiser with Echo Lotto. This is your chance to win money while supporting youth curling in Saskatchewan. Tickets are 1 for $10, 10 for $20, and 50 for $50. Visit curlsask.ca/curlsask5050 for more information and to buy tickets. Thank you for supporting future curling champions in Saskatchewan.
This right here is time well spent. Why not pour yourself a smooth Saskatchewan-made Original 16? Warm up to the opportunity to seize the day.
Sean Joyce and Kim Hudson back with you here at Whitewood Community Center. 7th end action just beginning now on our feature game. All 4 games this morning in the A event. The winners of these games will advance to the A event semifinals tonight at 7:30. We'll have those games for you here on curlsask.ca, and you can also watch for them on SaskTel Max. The draw this afternoon. Just 2 games, B event games, and a couple of these teams will have to go back on the ice at 3 o'clock.
That would be the losers have to go back on the ice.
2 of the losers, and 2 of them play tonight. I'm just checking the draw now.
Good line.
To see which 2 are going back to back. Well, more or less back to back. There's a little bit of a break in between as they do
stay on it. Yep.
Virtual opening
Look short,
ceremonies
boys.
this year.
Go,
Things
go,
changed
go.
a
Lean
little
on
bit
it.
because
lean on it.
of the pandemic situation that's been lingering with us.
Keep going.
Well, and I was just going to say that was a big 2 points for the Hartung team there in the 6th end. Calling their first one in the rings here now, and now a tight center.
Nice weird though, like right around the Tankard sign, I kind of took my eyes off for half a second, and then it was right over, so I don't know if it grabbed the flag. I like it. Brutal. We'll push it.
Line's good.
So it is the games on sheet 1 and 2. The loser, though, those go back on the ice at 3 o'clock. The losers on 3, our feature game, and also on sheet 4, we'll be playing in B event action tonight at 7:30 as well.
I didn't think so either, but like, I think they grabbed the flag. They have around the Tankard sign.
Over curled.
Maybe the first time we've seen an over curl on a center
Don't even
guard.
really need to kill that, but let's throw hack. It's just all about the roll.
Kind of wait.
Looks like it's edge to edge. They're just throwing hack here, trying to get under.
Hack down.
Yep.
That's how it's on it. Yeah, okay. I think both men curl quite a bit.
Yep.
Nice.
Gotta go, boys.
Easy hack.
Gotta go. Hard Matt. Help Matt. Go hard.
Hard, guys. Come on, we gotta hit this thin.
I think we're on the guard by quite a bit here.
Yeah. Called the sweep on in there, confirmed the suspicions. I heard him say
Good.
way
Good
inside.
Sorry.
And I'm not sure it was fully hack either.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Well, there's the guard.
You know, I wonder if that's not one that he just kind of talked themselves into, because the 3 at the hack end we're talking about, they were concerned that hack was a lot of weight. They were going to throw just hack. You know, maybe in their minds they had it. They were thinking that they were afraid this wasn't going to curl enough. So a double whammy there.
So he might have helped it a bit. Yeah.
He threw a little bit, and he made sure he wasn't wide. Let's put it that way.
Wait only. Room.
As I mentioned, the game on sheet 2, the losers back on the ice at 3 o'clock. The winner will be into the A semifinal tonight. Live look here at
Hard.
Sean Meacham's final stone in 6, trailing by 1, and needs a good piece of the 8-foot, maybe bite 4 to pick up 2. And they will put that right in the edge of the button. So Sean Meacham takes the lead for the first time in that game. He's now got a 4-3 lead. Jacobson will have last rock there in the 7th.
Those rocks aren't curling. I'm talking
Yeah, which means that's why they're running a little farther.
Put a third of a rock, you roll right into there, so.
Yeah. Good, bud. That's the same ice I had with bumper. So
Yeah, you've thrown this a few times, so.
Hack!
Yep!
Go down! Hack
Yep! Yep!
Hack!
Close! Whoa!
Hack!
Yes!
Hack up!
Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa! Close!
Curl! 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 Curl!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Good roll,
Hard
big roll, big roll.
Hard roll!
Oh,
Hard
shit.
roll! Go, 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 go!
Really good.
Nice touch there
Sorry,
by Matt Lang.
Yeah, that's a tough
Shouldn't
shot.
have
Like
gone.
the hacks, especially as a right-hander. I'm not sure he could see any of that rock at all.
For sure.
Manages to push it back behind the tee line, and
I didn't want it to curl.
he came awfully close to burying his shooter around the corner. He maybe have a sliver underneath.
Yeah, maybe.
Weight's good.
Clean. Opens the guards up.
Tight. Tight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tyler.
Whoa! Whoa!
Well, makes the hit a little thin, catches his own stone now. Will it spin out the back?
Ooh, big spin and
Well, spins
back
out the
in, I
back and then
think.
spun back, and I'm not sure that's out of the rings.
You like the same or
It
just
looks
a
like
little
it, but
bit
again, the
more?
camera's not directly over top of the rock.
Make sure we
so
kill it!
usually a rock with a sliver of white might still be in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
deceiving.
just firm hack!
If I was a betting person, which I'm not, I'd say it's in.
A little more.
Never! No! 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 Yep! Clean! 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 Yep! 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 Hard!
Hard, Tyler.
Hard!
By the guard. Makes the hit. Are they going to get the roll on top? No, it stays pretty much right there. And real quick, we're going to turn our
Sorry,
attention
Matt.
to sheet 1.
It's on me, I panicked a
This is
bit.
the other game that winner to the semifinal tonight, loser has to play again at 3 o'clock. Damon Bernoth, you saw him in the feature game last night, picked up a big win over Ryan Dice. Needs the hit, stay right there for the single. They're tied up there after 6 ends of play. It'll be Colton Flash, the number 2 seed in the event, with Last Rock as they play the 7th.
Looks like a great game over there. Tons of rocks in play, too.
Hard, Brady.
Hard, 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 hard. Good sweep. Nice sweep.
Good sweeping by Brady.
Big time.
Yeah.
Same thing, good firm
I
hack.
thought you were just a bit back, but it really ran because it should have curled there. Like no, I think good weight.
That little bit too much. It was coming, man.
Yeah, but like yours, you haven't over curled that one yet. So I just want to watch yours. I'll tighten it up a bit for you.
Close! Close!
Firm hack.
Close! Yes!
Yeah.
Easy! Whoa! Whoa!
Yes.
Yep!
Yes.
Yep! Yep! Yep!
I think Drew wants them to sweep.
Roll, 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 roll!
He's close,
Perfect.
makes the hit,
They can't
rolls
do
a little
nothing with
bit,
it.
not enough
Yeah, okay, no, yeah,
to
you're
cover the red, but the hit and roll back to the center, you'd be in danger of jamming.
Just finishes so hard there. It's good. 3/4.
I think Cody indicated that they're going to try to make the roll back. Might have to throw a little bit more weight here because you need to hit it more solidly
Yeah.
to avoid the jam.
Yeah. Thicker, and you need to have some weight to get the roll.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Okay.
Makes the hit, actually rolls on
Pretty
top
big,
of the
right?
red. Now there might be a chance for the double and roll back.
Yeah, double
Nose is
whammy.
good.
Like blank's not the end
Good
of the
throw.
world here.
Well, I lied too if we know that.
No, I think you can make both
throw.
Oh,
though.
is that in?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
there's the
it.
answer to
There
our
you go.
question.
I think Drew
you
was
can
thinking
make
it
the
was out.
double
He
and the
said
roll.
blank was okay. And
Yeah.
It might jam, but nose is good.
Didn't want to get cute.
Play for nose.
Yeah.
No, so he said up.
That's normal, right?
Yeah.
There's a good look at it from
Yeah.
our first
Unless you
look.
turn it in.
I thought he could get the double and the roll, but they're not quite dead lined up. They're a nose hit gets the double. The over the top, you probably lose the shooter.
Yeah.
Doing both well, actually. Yeah.
Close. Clean, yep.
A little
Yep.
drift there for Drew on his
Clean.
delivery, but
Yep.
didn't hear a panicked sweep call, so he must have kept the rock on line.
Whoa, 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 roll, 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 roll. As far as you can, roll, roll, roll.
Sometimes it doesn't matter where the body goes, it's where the rock goes.
Well, they got the jam again, but they do stay for shot rock, and again,
That's number one.
Cody Hartung can't play the roll towards the middle without jamming, so...
They're just all going, eh? Yeah. Right in between, eh? Yeah, right in the middle.
It's a good throw.
I'll be a little less than you for weight.
It's fine. They can't do a whole lot with it. They're going to have to leave us.
They can't roll.
No, they have to leave us
I
the
was
same
pretty
shot
big
pretty
normal
well.
there, so.
Yeah, good normal.
Yeah, I'll be a little less than that.
Or which way are we going here?
Well, in a perfect world, we roll like to the side of the 12-foot.
Yeah, okay. We're going my way.
We're going your way. Don't want to get too cute with it.
No.
To the side of the 12-foot without rolling 2 inches too far. and that's what Josh was referring to, is that it's fine where it is. They can't do much with it. He's got a real tough shot to not leave a double. The only way he can do it, he risks rolling out.
Yep.
RJ.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
You're good.
Makes the hit, stays pretty much right there.
You're thinking like almost peel, like good firm normal.
With peel, you could make the double and the roll.
Be able to make it on the inside. And,
Yeah, that's a good way
right there.
Oh, but I think I heard him say control. I'm not sure.
He's got a lot more angle this time.
Firm normal. I think we need it to make the roll. Yeah, double and the roll.
Right in front of us here on sheet 4. Matt Dunstone, Ron Kleider tied up at 2. Dunstone with the Yellowstones and setting up for his final stone. There's a discussion there. I don't know whether he can see a piece of that and thought he might be able to blank, but with that broom, I think he's just coming to the face of it.
Close. Close.
Josh Heidt looking for the double, and a perfect roll, the double and the roll. Hits that just a little on the wrong side, rolls over.
Fuck me.
He's second and third.
Yeah, you can make him look like two, like pretty good. Right?
We draw into the
I think
corner.
draw is easier.
You think same that he threw this?
Yeah, I think draw.
Cody's first indication was the draw. He's sticking with it. Tyler may be a little concerned that he might leave a double
That'd be
for
overbearing.
3.
A little bit if you show him a piece.
Well, as long as
They're
we're
moving
decent,
nicely now.
never
Like,
double. Well, maybe. But
Yeah, he was drawing double.
Yeah, the way they curl.
Matt Dunstone trying to get by the guard to get a single point here. This is going to be tight on that front one. Now can they bring it far enough? This is really curling. He's got to catch full 4-foot to get the single, and that's going to over curl. Rylan Kleider steals a single point in the 7th end there. And takes
nice.
a 3-2 lead over Matt Dunstone.
Nice weight by Matt. Just over
like
curled
the things
there.
that I gave you last time? Like, it's got to be close, no?
Yeah, it'd probably be top 4.
Okay.
All right. Throwing the come around here.
Communication on a shot like this is so key, because if you're not going to bury, you better bring this far enough back to leave them
Not
to even
leave
no
the
double.
double.
Yeah. Top 4! Top 8!
Whereas if you are going to bury,
Top 4!
Top 4 would
top
be
of the
perfect.
4-foot, and you might have set up a chance to steal here.
But there's a big difference between
Yeah,
top
exactly.
4 and back 4. So you're going to have to make your decision and commit
Got
early.
a lot of room by the guard.
I think he'll get here. We're there. We're past that. We're back forward.
Boy, look at this one finish. It's going to come out the other side, if anything.
Well,
Didn't
the
leave
other
a double.
side doesn't leave a double. Boy, finish is hard. He came by, I want to say by a foot or more, and out the other
Almost
side.
wide open on the other side.
So, following him down, taking a point. Draw to the button for his single.
A nice path here.
I got 15 on his, so it's probably pretty normal still.
Yeah. No, this is a good spot too. So. Yeah. 10, we're thinking, hey, Tyler. Yeah.
Big shot here for Josh Heidt. He was setting up to perhaps get 2 or 3 most of the end. Now has to make a very good draw. Needs a piece of the button just to get his single.
Line's fine. It's all you. Line's good.
Perfect.
Pierce picked it up early, but not a hard brush yet.
Curling now. It's curling. You got backing, I think. Keep the room. Yep. You got backing.
Not quite, really. No backing yet. No backing.
More room by the guard than Cody had, but the weight looks nice.
No backing.
Need to grab a piece of the button.
Give her. Go.
Picking it up late. Did they wait too long? No, they get it to the top of the button. It's enough to pick up the single point, and Josh Heidt now closes to within 1.
Sorry, guys.
Cody Hartung with the 4-3 lead, and he will have last rock once again when we return for the 8th.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year.
Hi, this is Dustin Keltoff with Saskatoon Auto Connection. When I'm not working hard on my curling delivery, I'm working hard on making Auto Connection the best auto service center possible. I started our service center in 2018 because it's hard to find an auto service shop you can trust. At Auto Connection, our core values are honesty, integrity, and transparency. We're happy to text you photos or videos of your car's problems to help you make better, more educated decisions. Saskatoon Auto Connection, the mechanics you can trust.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, proud sponsor of the men's Tankard.
Welcome back to Whitewood, home of the 2022 SaskTel Tankard. Our feature game on sheet 3. Josh Heidt with a big draw with his final stone, picked up an all-important single point. He'd hate to fall 3 behind. He's still trailing by 1, but that's striking distance. You heard a little bit of the scrum of the team between ends, how they were going to set this one up. They're already at the throw 2 guards stage as far as they're concerned.
Well, it is the 8th end. And you know what? It's been a fantastic game. Like even the end before this, when Hartung took their 2 to take the commanding lead there, and 2 was a big 2 points. They were looking like they were possibly going to get 3 or 4. They get 2. Now back to the 7th end. Heidt looked like they were setting up for multiple there as well, and suddenly they're drawing at the end for their single.
This is fine.
Yeah, that's better. Play for that. Yeah, play for tight. 3 is better. Yeah.
So, just like you said, they're playing for a tight center. Don't want it long, though.
Really good.
But freeze the red, I think, is what he said was fine. Of course, that would still be buried.
Yeah,
We've seen rocks in the 12-foot can be used as a guard.
Line's really good.
The key is they want to make sure they bury this. They don't want to have a chance.
Really good.
The long guard by itself isn't much good.
Well, you don't want to run a double on it either.
No.
Final stone now on sheet 1. 7th end, Colton Flash.
So bad.
He playing the straight draw here, or was he trying to?
So bad.
Did he need to rub his own for 3?
What?
Or is it a straight draw for 3? It's definitely for 2.
I think it was just a straight draw for 2, but I'm not sure either.
That might have been an either or, where you try to make sure you get the 2, and if you rub your own coming by, you perhaps get 3.
Maybe a hair down.
I think it was just 2 that he got there, but the big 2 points gives him the 2-point lead.
Yep. Okay.
Any roll, Ty. roll a bit. All the way. Go, 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 go.
Here, it's like giving like a
Good throw, Brady.
Makes the hit, gets a little bit of a roll, but leaves a semi-pocket. Could play the double as well, but with needing a steal, I think you'll see Josh try to play as many draws as he could. He's probably got room to come between those two and sit shot in the forefoot as well, but I think they opted for the corner freeze on the stone behind the guard for now.
They did.
44, it's got to go. It's good.
There's no ad on it. You kind of did out of
This is way light.
Line's good. Line's good.
Go hard.
Get it to a 3, boys. Line's good. Line's good. Right up, boys.
Go hard. Never leave it.
Right up, boys. Get it to finish here. Need some finish. Need some finish. Hard, Drew. Hard. Get it past this one. Here we go. Go. Good sweep, guys.
It's good sweeping, start to finish.
Yeah, I think we're ripping all day.
Just this one.
Like
now
what they
we
had
start
in mind,
seeing.
but a center guard's never a bad option when you're trying to steal.
Yeah. And I can count to 5, so I know that now we're going to start peeling.
Clean.
Even with your mitts on.
If you, even without my fingers.
That must be the old math teacher in you.
I'll just give you a little bit on the ad, I think.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, it's good. It's no.
Line's good. Line's good.
This is perfect weight.
Line looks good for weight.
Just do it. Whoa.
Line's perfect.
Yep.
No
Go
bounce.
hard. Just do it.
Go hard.
Go hard. Bouncing.
Okay, well then.
Bouncing.
I was trying to go behind it.
Go.
No, it's done now. It's done.
Ooh.
Ay.
Caught in between there. They were trying a corner, then they...
And it was Josh
could
that
have gone
played
around.
the plan B, which, good thinking on his part, but we talked about it early, about the communication. That's one of the things as he's calling them on.
Not even remotely true.
I don't think the brushers understood that he was playing plan B.
Josh turned his hat around too. I think he had his rally hat on there for a second, but flipped it back the other way. Would have that been the communication between brothers that we were talking about earlier?
Perhaps, might be just communication overall, but Josh did call the sweep on, but I don't think the brushers understood why he was calling the sweep on.
Yeah, they didn't necessarily believe him.
And they didn't want to go. They were still playing shot plan A.
Yeah.
And they knew the rock was a little strong for that.
Okay, now coming around it all.
Well, a blank doesn't kill us. Like a blank end is not the end of the world. Silly aggressive right now. I guess we're running out of time. So.
I don't know what that does though. Like
Yeah, we're not this.
we're never hiding anywhere behind that. I know, but they get to it
And then they
from
have
both.
to hit and roll this way.
They can nose it from there. Like absolutely.
Well, that's fine. Then we can make this.
I know, and we're still never. But you're never hiding behind that. Like this is practically a guard for us.
I think we make this.
I just think. Well, I call time. We're sort of in bail mode, aren't we?
So they're going to call a timeout. Josh's first indication, I thought, was to come around.
It was.
The long guard and that redstone on the top of the 8-foot. And I don't mind that call.
And not that good.
They just watched a couple of draws come down. Yeah, that last one was a little heavy to bump off, but it gives them a good view of what the line should be coming in with that shot.
And it curls hard there.
I like that.
I guess we'll listen to what Coach Mark Lang has to say.
Either way, we're playing. Like you got to play for the game. If you guys, if we miss,
Do we have to play for the game like this?
Well, no, not right now. But I hate it. I hate it. No.
I don't think Josh likes that shot. I understand what he's thinking. You make the double.
It's pretty good.
Your shooter's still not
pretty
dead
good 'cause they
buried.
can overlap this at least.
Right.
Hit and roll onto it.
If we, this is the best out of everything.
Yeah, that's what I like. If you can get that stagger.
Because you can get the stagger, and then they got to peel that one, and then we can wrap everything and get to here
this
still.
double with the little roll.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, we do this.
If we give up 2-3 here, boys, we're in big.
I think we give up one, we're in big trouble.
Well, get 2 steal. Yeah. One's okay, deuce, steal the.
I think if I make this double go here, we're in a forced situation.
I like it. If we can make that, it's pretty good. It brings the steal back in because these are all stuff we can hide behind everything. And as long as we get a stagger on this.
Just nice peel.
Sure.
Yeah, or
easy peel.
whatever you figure. We don't even need peel, but it's whatever you're comfortable with.
Whatever you
I guess we want to. Okay.
Pretty flat. Make it like,
Well, peel, we can just go right across the top.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. Whatever weight you like, Drew. What do you like then?
I like normal.
Okay. Intern?
Well, I don't think Coach Mark had much to say there.
Well, we don't know. He's doesn't have a mic on, and nobody stood close to him. So if he was participating in the conversation, we couldn't hear what he was saying. But I think, everybody
Josh
seemed to be on the same page.
Well,
right.
they did, but Josh got overruled. Josh wanted to play the come around.
I think he got talked into this. And it's a good
Agreed.
result if you make it.
Yep.
The tough part about this shot is to make the double and the roll, because of the way they're staggered, you have to throw probably more weight than you'd like to here. You heard Josh concerned that they could go right over the top with peel, so trying it with normal.
Whoa.
He's got to hit a little bit on the inside of the first one to get the roll, and you get too far on the inside, you don't catch the second one.
Yes! Whoa! Big roll.
Gets the hit, catches the second one now. Is it going to get out of the rings? Does. Didn't quite get the roll they would have liked. Still there, you can see it. That stone is still fully open.
Oh, so close. Good attempt there by Drew.
Just a whisker. Like board here. Get under? Yeah.
I think there's room for the Hartung team to get under there, though.
Yeah, okay.
There's room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to?
Almost board.
I think that's what they're playing.
Well,
You're saying
I know
what?
what they're playing, but what I'm thinking is you roll under, especially if you stagger the two reds. Josh Heidt has been wanting to come around everything for about 3 shots now. You leave him a stagger at the top of the 12 foot, and I think he'll go around it.
My guess is we're about to see.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if you might not be further ahead to just get the nose hit, leave this stone in the open.
Okay, that's pretty good, Ty.
That's what they end up with. I think that's a pretty good spot. If Josh goes around now, you've got the runner on your own. There's not really a good double there. He actually got a little bit of a roll to the outside.
Well, then, we've always talked about it. Once we hook it, we're going.
Like, attack?
Yeah, so where do you go now?
That is a wonderful
We wanna
question.
hit the
That's
top
the one
eight
that's
one and
tormenting
nose it
Josh
kinda.
Heidt right now.
Yeah, and just try and sit
In
behind
some
her.
trouble.
Yeah. Let me see it.
Doesn't want to give up 2,
I mean, I think we can get it with hack.
and really doesn't want to let Cody get away with a blank either.
Flip underneath the red one, then it's no big deal.
Don't mind that. Little roll in.
I'm seeing the end. But
This way.
yeah, I'm seeing that with hack. No,
Okay.
like just hack.
You do have a couple of options playing it this way. If you don't get quite the finish you were looking for, you've got the feather tick onto the shot stone, which is actually, if you could make it, that would leave you dead buried. If you just come through the port with hack weight, you're probably rolling over behind the red stone. So I don't think you're ever finishing enough to get to the nose of that.
Good. Whoa.
Okay, whoa.
Play the skinny double.
Whoa.
Play up the red.
Yep. Yes. Hard.
There's no hole, is there? Oh.
Hard.
It's never going out. It's good though.
Not enough weight to get it out of the rings, so it's Hartung sitting second and third, but the shooter did spin in behind the red. It's covered right now.
It is buried.
Like normal here.
That's such a short run back from a team that loves to play run backs.
Whoa, clean.
Yep. Hard then.
Hard, James. Easy. Yep. Hard. Great sweep.
Makes the hit, runs it back, gets the yellow, spins it out a little bit.
Most importantly, sitting 3. It's good sweeping there, too.
There's a good look at it. Left a little bit of daylight between the two, so there might be room to roll back underneath the red. And a run back again after that wouldn't leave the shooter in the rings. That cuts down some of the potential damage.
All right, buddy. Kind of wait.
Hack.
Okay. Thank you.
Firm hack.
Okay. Kind of like what you were just through?
Yeah.
This is one of those rare instances when you're trying to roll under the opposition stone that you actually want to roll dead under, because you want to make him have to hit that nose that stone right on the
so
nose.
the shooter's not in.
So the shooter's not in.
Yeah.
Close.
You give him any kind of angle to play the run back, you can get the shooter in.
Yeah, because then your shooter can roll in too.
Get up there. Come on.
Perfect.
It's a little roll.
Shot.
I think they can actually roll the shooter in.
There's probably still room, certainly if you drive it a little bit over the top.
He's almost got to roll under the guard to make it.
Right.
Which is a good point. They roll under the guard and you might have the stagger guard. Shot rock will be in the open. They can then hit and roll under the two guards.
Hit and
if
roll,
that's the way it
if
works.
you're going to play it that way, do you just play the straight draw around everything and you put the game on the line in this end?
Yeah.
Hit and roll is always a tough shot, and if you don't get it buried, if you leave him a shot at it, it's going to be at least a shot for 3. If you draw, it might be a shot for 4, but the draws, you probably got a better chance of getting buried with a draw. And, again, Josh has wanted to play that draw around everything for about, now it's about 5 rocks in a row.
He's ready.
He's ready. That's the shot. He wants you to leave him.
Yeah.
Cody knows that. These guys, former teammates, know each other very well.
Same as yours. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
How long did they play together?
I'm trying to think. It was 2-3 years, I think. And if I remember right, Josh called the game, but Cody threw last. He makes the shot the way he wanted. And over on sheet 1, Eamon Bernoth, with his final stone, looking to pick up 2, makes the hit, comes across, nudges his own stone, but leaves them both in the rings, picks up his 2. They're all tied up there after 8 ends of play.
And back on our sheet, just like you called. No hesitation coming around. Except
Actually,
that is...
Cody made that as good as he could, because you can see it from that angle.
Yes.
The shooter actually rolled just into the open, so
yeah.
No matter how well Josh Heidt makes this,
he's got the tap.
Cody's going to have a shot for 4.
Yep.
Scoring is quite...
Love it. Let's make it. Speed should be fine here. Yeah.
This might be one of the few times where you actually want to come to the back of the house. Back 8 would make that tap a little bit tougher.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly what they called too.
The fudge path too. So.
Okay. Well, berm's down.
Well, Josh seemed like he wanted to play this shot for a while now. He gets his chance with his final stone. Facing 3, needs a good one here just to save the game.
Wait only. Matt's rock. Yep.
Still got a lot of room by the guard.
Give her Matt. Give her Matt. Give her
He'd
Matt.
like this to really finish. He actually wants to bury, or perhaps even a little bit over bury on the red stone.
Well, you know, that's such a long center guard that you need to come by that much.
Curling now. Now trying to bring it back as far as they can to leave separation. Comes to the back 4. It is well buried for sure.
I think that's as good as they could make that one.
Yeah. Decision time for Cody Hartung. You come around and you can see from that angle, it's over buried on the long yellow guard. You could play the red onto the yellow as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually, just for
I thought he might look at
risk reward. Yeah, because this one is for what? Do you think they can move it right out of the rings?
Yeah,
it's
probably.
over
Even
buried.
if you move it far enough for 3, you're probably happy. I do think I heard him say something about scoring is important, so they might throw quieter weight, and you
making sure they're one and they're happy to be.
You sweep it for all you're worth and hope you can tap it far enough.
Yeah, they might be happy just taking their one and
I know
be
Josh
2 up
Heidt will
playing
be happy
9.
if they only take 1.
Well, then everybody's happy.
Weight's good. Just through. Whoa. Weight's good. Whoa.
Stay close. Close.
Ready.
Looks like he's got the weight to move it.
Stay close.
Easy, Jay.
Clean.
You know that once this crosses center, it'll really finish.
Clean.
Big movement at the end. Almost didn't get by his own in the 12 foot. How far is he going to push it back? Pushes it back far enough. It's Drew Heidt just kicking them away. He was sure it was 4. So I think it'll be 4. and trying to decide if they're going to play the 9th end. I think they decided they're going to play on, so it's 4 points for Cody Hartung. He'll take an 8-3 lead after the 8th end of play. When we come back for the 9th, it'll be Josh Heidt with Last Rock. See if they can generate some offense.
It's a beautiful blend of strategy, skill, and creativity. Curling. But it's our people that make us great. We're a mosaic of countless experiences. We communicate and collaborate. We value new ideas and different perspectives. We learn from our past and from our future. We may even disagree sometimes, but it's in our differences that we can see our strengths. The beauty of our sport is reflected in our people and our values. Regardless of your ethnicity or gender, your abilities, your stage in life, your beliefs, or who you love. The rocks and the ice don't discriminate, and as curlers, we won't either. We will be the change that we want to see in the world. Curling is a place for everyone.
Now the first stone of this 9th end, you can see it in the back corner, was thrown through deliberately with the 5-point lead. Josh Heidt now, no secret what they're going to try to do. They need some guards. They need to try to score 3 here just to give themselves an outside chance. So the corner guard goes up. And this is a play you see a lot in the doubles, but not so much in 4-player play. But trying to tick this guard towards the middle, even if you push it into the rings, roll your shooter to the boards, it gives you a rock you can hit on the next one.
Yep, cover Matt. Go, 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 go. It's gone. Go, go, go.
Boy, he needs to get that to the side now, because if you don't, it's not guarding anything.
That's tragic.
That is as good as you can make that shot.
Yeah.
What a good shot.
Well, I don't know if you rocked. You gave your rock that. You got to get more. Do you think it was? This is in the house.
I think the play is easy. Half on that, and you bump it right into the house. Yeah, when I know you.
In the house is not what they wanted to hear.
No, that's what I thought I heard too, but I don't think it's anywhere near there.
We couldn't just take it over for another corner guard. He needs to have another right.
We've got another live look, this time at sheet 2.
Try it again, I guess.
Meacham and Jacobson tied at 4.
Yeah, try it again.
Sean Meacham with last rock. And looks like if he can come to that stone at the back of the 4-foot, I think he needs to move it just a sliver.
I was going to
Would be
say
for 2. If he could stay right there, if he rolls a bit to the outside, would still get a single as long as he moves that stone. He's got to get by the one at the top of the 8-foot first.
Who's shot right now?
Everything he can with the brush. He's going to touch the yellow, and actually when he does that, nudges his own. Yeah. And I think that might have been enough to pick up the single for Sean Meacham. That would give him a 5-4 lead there, but would put last rock back in Jason Jacobson's hand.
That's all you want to do. That was embarrassing. All right, 30 pause.
Another tick. This time, all he does is move the guard to the other corner.
Hey, this hack, the metal's coming out.
No, and
Wait, Oldie.
should be good. Mine's good.
Should be quicker here, guys.
Mine's good. Mine's good.
True.
Mine's good.
Yep. Line's good. Line's good. Yep. Gotta go. It's good.
It is fudging a little bit, hey?
I think so, yeah. Get rid of it.
So I think we're going to see a lot of peels now.
Clean.
And a few words that you talked about at the opening. Probably not going to say a lot. He's just going to gesture and just make this go away.
Yeah.
Not a lot really to be said. Make a yellow one go every time until you get a chance to make two of them go away. And
if not, to give up two, that's no big deal either.
You know, if Josh Heidt only gets two here, I don't know if he plays the 10th then.
Yeah.
Needing to steal three, that's a tall order. In the 5 rock free guard zone, stealing 2, it's not unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's good.
Half
a little bit.
Clean it. Clean. Clean. Yep, little bit. Little bit. Yep, keep her going. Keep her going. Keep her going. Keep her going. Spot.
Good. Yeah, it's starting to sit.
At least across the middle, anyway. That's pretty true here.
Just going to straight peel the guard. I wondered if he might. There is a bit of an angle there. He could try the double, but if you ever ran it onto that one that's not really in play right now, you might leave 2 rocks for Josh to work with.
Yep.
Good.
And like you said, he doesn't mind giving up 2.
Right. There was even a chance if you're playing the peel into that, you could spill it into the rings. Maybe.
We got to pull out the corn brooms. Where are those? Get the chaff out. That's our only chance, I think. Okay, make this good.
The old corn brooms and chaff.
Yeah. You're not really allowed to do that anymore. You can hope. I mean, Cody still throws with one. I mean, it's probably older than he is, but you have to get him to clean his rock really aggressively to leave a little chaff out there.
Stay on it, Tyler. Stay on it. Good spot.
Good shot, Drew.
Good.
Kind of like hitting on the 5th row.
Lots of distance between those 2 stones and no angle this time, so no chance to even think about playing the double. They're just going to peel the guard again.
Clean. Nice throw.
Okay.
Three stones left to come here for the Heidt foursome. Sitting 1. You're now at the point where you pretty much need to bring this one into the house. Sit 2.
And hope you don't set up a double. Got to go hard to get the rings with this one.
Since it's real slow down the middle now. Even more than last night. It's fudgy.
Guess it's starting to fudge a little down the middle, so they say.
Just control. We might as well keep it on.
Yeah, it's getting heavier. It's heavier.
Yeah.
Crazy. Let's fire it. Still feel pretty good.
What's that official after? Just leave it.
Well, so now, Cody Hartung, switch gears a little bit. You're not worried about the corner guard with only 2 rocks left to play. You play that rock in the rings. He might try to roll in a little bit. Doesn't want to roll all the way to the corner, but
normal. Yeah.
You put a rock in the 12-foot, or maybe even bite the top of the 8 if you roll to the middle. It's a rock that Josh Heidt might have to deal with.
Yeah. Don't want to give him the free draw around the corner.
I'll wager even if you drew to the top or rolled to the top of the 4-foot.
He's going to go around with his first one.
Anyway.
Yep.
takes the hit, rolls in.
There you go. There you go.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he's hitting this, but
he's going to try to get 5. He's playing for the blank.
Yeah.
5 and 10.
The blank's not helping you a lot.
Mike, we just go here.
Yeah,
Probably
I
doesn't
like
change
that.
a thing. So if we make it, it's not going to leave us the split.
There we go.
Probably,
I was thinking we had a chance.
You can
at
get
3 maybe
shot.
still.
Okay,
If I get it
Josh
half,
explaining it to the other end. If you make the hit and the real long roll, thinking there might have been a chance for the split, but that guard's probably a little too high to have any chance to split it.
Well, and maybe if it was on center line, but not out there.
Zeros.
Like it. Matt's rock all the way.
Okay.
Yep, Matt.
This will curl hard when it crosses
It's got to
center.
curl. It's got to curl the whole way. It's got to curl the whole way. It's got to curl the whole way.
Just keep going. Help him, Tyler. Help him, Tyler. Got to get shot.
Get
Dead, Dave.
Good. Cross, Josh. Shot. Yeah, I think that's a lot easier in the game. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I like a little
less. Okay.
Trying to find a new way to say Cody Hartung looking at the run back. As he sets up for that, we're going to once again turn our attention over to sheet 1 in this case. Tied up. Playing the 9th end, and it is Colton Flash with last rock, and I think he's sitting 2.
I think so.
Looks to be 2, and the wide draw. He's going to need a little bit of finish to catch the edge of the forefoot and could pick up 3. And as that's happening, our feature game, it's handshakes as Cody makes the run through. Josh Heidt not even going to throw his final stone. He might have had a chance there for a single, but that's not enough to keep going. Cody picking up the win there, and Colton Flash, I think, picked up 3 with that draw.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Take a 3-point lead coming home. Well, having the night off and not getting a chance to play on the ice doesn't look like it hurt Cody Hartung's foursome here in the opening draw.
Yeah, not so much.
Opening draw for them.
Yeah. I think we're going to have words with Cody here. If we can...
Well, and it's always good. He's been wearing a mic for the whole game. Now we'll make him actually use it. He's again, as we've said, a man of few words, and I don't think it helps when he's playing with his brother. Those two know each other so well. We almost never hear anything from them, but you take that. You know, you can be as quiet as you want if you're going to make that many shots.
Yeah.
Cody, can you hear us?
I sure can.
Okay, great. Strong opening game for you guys. It's always a little. We always wonder with teams when they have the night off if they're feeling okay. You know, coming into that first draw, playing against a team that's already seen the ice. Doesn't look like it hurt you guys at all.
No, I thought we had a pretty good handle on the ice. Liked our rocks, liked the ice. I got no complaints so far.
Were you out scouting last night on the ice, or you just figured it out today?
No, we didn't. We watched a little bit from the house, but didn't come out last night. We were playing games and just having a little bit of fun.
That's what it's all about.
Looked like you were having some fun on the ice this morning as well. This puts you forward to the A semifinal tonight. Always big in these events to try to qualify through the A to get into that 1-2 page playoff game. Looking to do anything different tonight, or the fact that you've got a game under your belt just makes you feel good going into that semifinal?
No, I don't think we change anything. I think we just keep doing what we're doing. We can maybe play a little bit more aggressive the next game that we got a little bit better handle on the ice, but I don't think changed too much. I like what I saw in that first game.
Certainly looked good to us. You had a strong performance. We want to congratulate you on the win this morning, and good luck in the A semifinal tonight.
Thanks, guys.
So once again, it's a 9-3 final as it goes into the books for Hartung. They do pick up the single with Josh Heidt not throwing his last stone.
It is a bit of a misleading score. It was a great game up until that last couple ends.
It's that big 4-ender.
Yeah, 4-ender was big.
4-enders seem to do that to you. And we're going to turn our attention now to the game on sheet 1. And I missed how this started out. But with the lead, Cody Hartung throws the first stone in. Pardon me. I'm still stuck on the other game. Colton Flash throws the first rock into the house, and I don't know how the red one ended up in the corner. Whether it's perhaps getting a little fudgy and he hogged the corner guard attempt. I can't imagine he threw it through.
And I didn't see it either. I don't know.
With the miscue on the first one,
It's really nice.
Colton Flash decides, well, we may as well pick our own out of the top of the 12-foot now because he's only going to have one guard to work with.
Yeah.
Board? Yeah.
This is the 10th end, though. Like, there was the score.
Yeah,
okay.
There's only the one observer. They've marked the shooting end scoreboard yet, but you still got to work your way down to the other end. And
so it is a 3-point score here.
Board.
With that big 3 points that we saw Flash get when he drew to the edge of the 4-foot for 3. It's been a great game, I think, over there as well until the 3 and 9.
Okay. Real thin.
Makes the tick, pushes it towards the center line, and you know, that might seem like a little thing, but because he doesn't get it out of play, it's still a guard. However, you're going to want to play doubles from now on, and it's hard for Damon to put this in a spot. You're not going to leave a chance to double peel.
Get both of them, though.
It's big moving that guard to that tight center like that. One double peel and this game's pretty much over.
Right on the
great throw,
Tankard.
He overcooked it on you. So good. Well, your weight was perfect. If you hit a quarter or like a thin half, you push it right to there.
Line's good. Line's
1-2.
my crew. Thank you, Gino.
Yeah, really hard.
Overweight. Hard, Jack. Hard.
The winner of this game will move on to play against Cody Hartung tonight in the A semifinal.
Let's go, Kev.
The loser has to play again at 3 o'clock in the B.
Here comes that first run of the double, as you were referring.
Wasn't really much Damon Burnell could do here.
No, either side.
Yeah. Colton's going to have a few chances to run that slash towards the top one. A double peel here, but you got to hit the first one really thick. It's close.
Oh.
Boy, you couldn't get much closer without contacting that stone.
No, not quite, but it's splittable, so I don't need another guard. Yeah. Yeah, I think
Playing the split now.
We gotta go now. We do this, they only have to flash one as opposed to two.
Back line.
Come see, come saw.
Not optimistic on either of those options.
We only need them to fall down coming out of the hacks once if we make this now.
It's back line, back 12 even.
Yeah, should be a little better path. Rate's pretty good.
It's nice.
Heavy?
Really hard.
A little heavy.
Hard line.
Yeah,
Hard line. Hard line.
You're never hurting it.
Really gotta go.
Hard.
Might be a little thick on the first one to get the second one in.
Okay.
Or a hair more weight. Yeah.
Then it forces them
back fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pro peel.
However, make this one go away and then play the split again.
So I'm wondering if and you look
Trying
at
to
the broom, it's
stick
right in
around.
the middle if you stick around.
Yeah.
Any earlier than this in the end, you certainly wouldn't talk about sticking around, but Damon needs to count every rock he's got left, including the one that's out in front. So you can't really just come around this.
Yep. Yeah, hard.
And by nosing it, it's pretty tough to play the split and have both rocks beat this one. Well, looks like they were playing to roll away all the way down. know, we heard Josh Heidt's team, I think it was Matt said it, joking about needing to bring out the corn brooms. Bernat's team, not a single player on the team is old enough to understand what that would do for them.
If I throw like normal spikes with that.
Yeah.
Line's
Weight's
close.
nice.
Yep.
Weight's real good.
Yep.
Hair up.
Oh,
Just a touch up.
Oh. Stay close.
Yep.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Hard, guys. Hard, Jack. Hard. Hard, hard, hard.
I think they got this split. Nicely done.
Good.
Now is the time they need Colton to fall down.
Nice shot.
That's a nice split.
Broom in the middle of the rock. Colton Flash, solid hitter. He's got one of those nice, effective toe slides.
Only a fellow toe slider can say that.
Yep.
Oh no, everybody can say it. Just not everybody can do it. Doing the best they can to keep up with it. Cleaning it all the way down. He makes the hit, stays right there. That runs Damon Bernath out of stones. Colton Flash will move on to the A semis tonight, 7:30. He'll play against Cody Hartung, victor in our feature game. And Damon Bernath will be back on the ice at 3 o'clock in B event action. Still 2 games left to decide. We're going to turn our attentions really quickly now to sheet 4.
And there was
Slater has been putting big pressure on Matt Dunstone, who is the defending champion. But a 3 in the 9th has us all tied up coming home. It is Kleider with last rock. And we're on the first skip stone here for Matt Dunstone.
And he's sitting fully in the forefoot. And the only other thing in play is a corner.
There is a corner guard, but it's probably blocking the intern draw path that Ryland might need. So
yeah, it is.
For Matt Dunstone, yes, he's shot rock. That's good. Your forefoot, that's good. You always worry that you've left him too much of the button, but really he can't get to the button because the intern drop path's gone, and
not right
this
now,
stone
at
the top of the forefoot's kind of offset to the outturn side. So I think just playing the straight guard here. If that corner guard wasn't there, you might have the conversation about, is this one good enough to steal with? But with that corner guard blocking the draw path,
it's a moot point.
Yeah. Boy, they've got to get some curl out of this to get
Yeah, this has a
cover
long
shot
way to
rock.
curl.
A lot of line yet. We haven't had a lot of chance to look at that sheet, but big finish there and gets to the guard.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Trying to make the double peel now by the looks of things.
I think your 2 choices here are you play the double peel. You certainly want to make sure you get the first one. If you get the second one, that's a bonus. The only other shot I see, and you're flirting with disasters, you could peel the red corner guard into shot stone.
But
and at least you make sure your draw path is open, but Matt Dunstone still has another rock to
take it away
say
again.
Something about that.
Yeah.
The double peel, if you could make it, is the best result. Tough to make the second one go away without leaving your shooter there, though. We don't have a direct camera on this sheet, so we can't see the direct lineup. Don't know whether he's trying to come under the second guard to get it.
Think over the top. How about like that?
There you go. Still not really much choice for Matt Dunstone. He's going to have to guard shot rock. And he knows Ryland Kleider's going to try the intern draw now because he's got it available, but he needs to catch button.
Yeah, and we also don't know about draw weight on this sheet either. The sheet that our feature game was on, they were talking about how centerline was starting to fudge in the 9th end, so could be interesting. Need this guard made first.
Winner of this game will move on to the A semi tonight, and in our feature game, the A semi tonight, the winner of this one will be playing against the winner of the Meacham-Jacobson matchup, and that game in the 10th end as well.
Felt there was something under there. We'll reset.
Made the guard on his first stone, just needs to repeat that. And, you know, it's one of those ones where do you want the perfect guard here, or do you want to show him about a quarter of the rock and make him think about maybe playing the tap?
Even just the thought of having 2 shots and waffling, because right now he's probably sitting there thinking, okay, drawn to the pin, drawn to the pin, drawn to the button, and then all of a sudden, oh, maybe I will play something else.
I don't think it's Matt that could be thinking about it. I think this is one where it's got to be more a case of Braden thinking about it, because you don't want to leave him half a rock. That's probably too much on this ice, but you might try to leave him a quarter. Well, and if you bite the 12-foot, that's not bad either. Then he can't really make a play on shot stone.
He's drawn. Didn't even get tempted.
No, that really finished at the end. Actually overcurled it a little bit, so he didn't leave him the piece on the side that he might have been tempted to play it.
Yeah. Well, that's all Matty can do. Now sit back and watch.
Or depending on your preference, maybe sit back and don't look.
Like Robin Silvernagel when the final was that year she was in the bathroom. Well, really, I guess he doesn't quite need the button. He just needs, I think, full 4 plus a little bit, which is sort of the button.
We don't have mics on these players, but I'll bet you he's not telling the sweepers that he doesn't need the button.
I like it.
I'm trying to read lips. I think they said it's close. Of course, they have to wait on the line. It's got to get back into that button area.
Yeah,
this is still riding the outside of that 4-foot line quite a bit. This is going to have to curl. Going to have to curl, and it's going to have to put the brakes on. And that stone's going to slide a little bit too far. Matt Dunstone going to steal the victory here in his first game on Thursday morning. Well, after falling behind, he gave up steals of 1 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. To fall behind by 3, picks up the 3 to tie in 9, and a steal in 10 to move on to the A semi tonight. Rylan Kleider will drop down to the B event where he'll be playing tonight as well. And just 1 game left to be decided this morning. Sean Meacham with a steal in 9, up 2 coming home. And we're into 3rd stones now. And another messy end at the other end.
Very messy.
And with all that mess, I think it's Sean Meacham sitting shot rock, but Jacobson has 3
second,
in
third,
the rings.
And 4th. Yeah.
It's just how do you get to shot rock right now?
Stick of dynamite.
It might take 2 sticks. So they've called timeout. Daryl McKee is their, I think he's their alternate. Making his way down to the far end. And, you know, they might ask him and he might say, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like, you got to be looking at combinations here to get at that shot stone. I don't think there's even a single raise that does it. I think you got to look at a double raise somehow or another.
Or triple.
Well, I can't tell what Jason's gesturing. Like, you could make a play on the stone that was just delivered. And do they think it might spin back then? You can only see about a quarter of that stone. You could play the yellow guard onto the red and the 12-foot, onto the yellow and the 8-foot, onto the red. And
that was the one that I was referring to.
The danger to that one, well, not really danger, but the problem with that one is it's all or nothing. You either make it right now or you may not have another shot for the rest of the game.
Is the yellow one a little bit higher? Can you hit the outside onto that one? But then I guess it's just coming over this way.
You know, what I'm looking at right now, and they're not talking about it, and they're probably not going to talk about it, but do you ever double peel the red yellow at the top?
And give yourself some options,
you
maybe?
got doubles on both sides. You got a double red on the it would be kind of the right side as we look at it, on the center line. You got the red onto the yellow onto the red on the other side, but the two longer guards are kind of taking both of those shots away. What if you just double peeled them? And granted, your shooter would have to sit right there, but the one in the middle actually isn't helping you. If you could play the double peel, have your shooter stay right where the gap
opens
between
up
those
both
two rocks
outsides.
it opens both of the other two shots.
I think they're running that long one, so they're hoping to catch the one.
If you don't make the run, you might get that double peel anyway.
Calling it on right away, though. Hard to see line from our angle here. Oh.
That was not what they had in mind, because they tapped the other red in for now shot rock.
And it's spun back in too.
Mind you, there's probably a runner where you could get rid of all three red rocks, the one you're running back and the two in the house. And Sean Meacham concerned a little bit about the number of yellows that are piling up.
Yeah, looking to eliminate. Here's another look at that. Oh, and a much better angle on our part. And then you'll see the rock spin right around and back in there too.
Yeah, now that stone that's just out front of the house, if you hit it just about right on the nose, you could almost make three reds go away. So that's the problem for Sean Meacham. Too many yellows piling up. He's going to play the short little runner red onto yellow, try to sit three. He really can't do anything with the yellows on the corner. Trying to sweep for some extra curl here. He's got to get close to the nose on his own. Makes contact with it now. Does he get fortunate with the shooter? No, it comes across. I thought maybe he would get to the inside of that yellow. That would have maybe taken everything away.
So what does he have? The angle run in. Hope to hit the two in the middle.
Boy, this is all or nothing. I think the nose on the red almost makes all three of them, doesn't it? You could get the double and then have it spinning up with some action. Jason thinking he can see enough of the outside of that stone maybe to make the double.
Time must be an issue. Why is Jason in the hack throwing already?
Yeah, there's
not even looking
be a little
at
tight
angles.
For time. See if we can steal a peek at the time clocks. Makes the hit, stays right there.
It is a lone red.
The problem with hitting that yellow for Sean Meacham is how do you hit it without leaving a double that would lose the game?
And there's a good look at the time clocks. 57 seconds. That's why Jason was at the other end.
And they just used their last timeout. And Sean Meacham going to use his last one here. They've got plenty of time, though.
Yeah.
You nose hit that, leaves a double.
You roll to the outside, leaves a double.
Probably leaves it.
Unless you roll right under.
Yeah.
But then you're flirting with...
You're flirting with touching your own. Mind you, it might come onto the yellow at the back.
Yes. Just like that.
They're talking about the guard. I don't see any way you can guard that helps you. Well, again, if Jason had to play the yellow in the 8-foot onto the shot stone, it's real hard to pass the shot stone by the rock at the back 12. I think right now, I don't think there's any chance Jason's playing that one on the 8-foot. I think he would play that angle run-in that they were looking at earlier. Then there's no chance of jamming.
I don't know that you could get under.
Like they're talking about a guard, but if you're going to play the guard, I think you have to make sure you take that angle run away.
Which is why they're talking about throwing that guard over there.
But they're not where they're tapping the ice isn't in the way.
I thought it was.
He's worried about taking away the outside of that stone. I mean, there's still a piece of that stone available. Jason could just pick it out.
I don't know if they have a decision made yet.
Yeah, well, I don't know that they do either.
No.
Just going to take a peek ahead while we're waiting on the decision. The afternoon games, there are just 2 games on this afternoon. We will have one of those B-event games. We don't know who's in both of them yet. The loser of this one will fall into one. Ryland Kleider, after losing to Matt Dunstone, falls. He'll be playing against Kelly Knapp tonight. Josh Heidt will play Ryan Dice tonight.
Well, it looks like they're playing the come around right in on top of their own. That's what last I saw.
Damon Bernoth playing against Michael Kars this afternoon, and I think our feature will be Brent Geddick against the loser of this game.
Well, and we see Jason heading to the other end already.
Yeah, no time really.
Yeah. So they're trying to get...
Tap it in Tap it in far enough to get third. And I think they probably wanted to tap it onto the corner of that yellow. They tapped it straight back. Jason's going to try the triple, I would expect. Even if you just dead jam the first one and make the double at the back, you've probably got, that might be enough to get you the 3. It's hard to tell how far in that would be.
Yeah, it's close.
I'll tell you right now, they don't have a lot of time to think about it, so it'll be all up to Dustin Kaltoff to make the decision. Well, they call the brush on right away. He's got to be real close to the nose on the first one to make the back 2 go away. Makes the hit, catches the second one, catches the third, but the first stone comes across, catches one of the yellows, and the first Ray stone just jams onto the second, so it's a steal of 1 for Sean Meacham. He'll pick up a 7-4 win here, so he moves on to the A semi tonight to play against Matt Dunstone. All of the games now decided in this morning draw. Sean Meacham moves on to play Matt Dunstone tonight, and Jason Jacobson will fall to play Brent Geddick in our feature matchup this afternoon. Quickly recapping all of the scores. On sheet 1, Colton Flash, the number 2 seed, picks up a 9-6 victory over Damon Bernoth. You just saw the final. Sean Meacham with a 7-4 win over Jason Jacobson. Our feature matchup, Cody Hartung picks up a single in that ninth end that wasn't completed, so it's a 9-3 win for Cody Hartung. And Matt Dunstone, defending champion, with a steal in 10, a 6-5 winner over Ryland Kleider. I want to thank everyone for joining us this morning. We had some outstanding games, outstanding finishes. The A semifinals will be on tonight. There you see the bracket. Matt Dunstone and Sean Meacham will be our feature matchup. You can watch that on curlsask.ca. It'll also be available on SaskTel Max. We're going to have B-event action for you this afternoon. 2 games on in the B. We'll feature the matchup between Brent Geddick and Jason Jacobson. There'll also be a couple of B-event matchups tonight. Lots of action still today here at the SaskTel Tankard and going on all weekend here from Whitewood. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we'll see you again this afternoon.